looks like it's going to have to be modified straight out of the packet, but what's unusual about that? Air might be better. Right. Now, why did you do that? Well, come with me and you'll be in a world of pure ridiculous bullshit. It's a DA53, okay, hacked up. So basically we're going to end up with something like that. Obviously this is too high, so we're going to have to trim it down. I'm thinking like that, but the other problem we're going to have is this lip here is not going to go over this one. So do we trim that one or do we trim this one? That is the question. Okay, so while the GoPro was itself, cut that off there so that I would know, let's get a nice line of where to cut this, because I'll be aiming for that sort of deal, and I needed some kind of reference as to how high we should go. Well, you know, if there's already a line in something, well, let's use that line. So now I just need to, I'm going to cut this off here around there so that I can see where this is going to sit in the car. Like, does this piece go all the way to the front like that, or does it sit a little bit further back because of the ABS, or like where does it actually sit? So I need to figure that out, and then figure out whether I'm going to modify the top one to sit on top of this, or whether I'm going to modify the bottom one. Probably modifying the top one makes more sense, although I'm going to lose integrity a little bit. But I mean, just as a flap, probably this way will work better. We'll use some clips in here to hold that on, and then 2 screws in the front. Should be good, actually. Been using this, it works, but it's slow. Tried the air saw, not enough teeth, that's for cutting metal. So I'm going for the old wood blade on the jigsaw. This should absolutely rip through it. Yep. Don't try this at home. There we go. Right, now that we've got that, we can see, once it's in the car, we can see where it actually sits. Right, so yeah, I checked it, and it sits perfectly like that. So all I really need to do is to figure out where I want to cut it fairly roughly, and then clean it up with some sandpaper, and we should be good. Like, I mean, could probably just do that. Just sit this on top, like that. Oh, there we go. Lock that in there, alright? Maybe put some clamps on it or something. Let's get rid of this for the minute. This, not actually sure what this is for. But I can't get it out for some reason. Oh, because you're trying to spin it the wrong way. Are you? No, I'm not. I need a screwdriver or something. Here's or something. Why is that not turning? Because it's supposed to. Oh, Jesus. Look at this. It's supposed to just twist out, but no. There we go. F*** off. Right. let's have a look. So we'll be looking at going just below that, I think. Let me get this in here. Yep. Yep. Maybe we just get something that's that, you know, that's that thickness, and then sit it here as a straight edge, and then run it along. Have I got a piece of metal that big? I think I do. Right. So I bought a couple of pieces of metal over. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? That's perfect. Let's do that. We're just going to use this. The way we're going to do it, let's sit that on top like that, and then we'll use this marker like this. Okay, so it's giving us a line. Put this on the front here too. It's giving us a line. And put on the back. Perfect, look at that. Right, so we've got something to really strive for. Now, can we use this as a guide for the razor blade? Maybe that might be the way to go. Did it even cut? Dealing with interior plastics is always difficult. For me, anyway. Okay, so we've got it roughly where I need it, and I'll just use a flat block to sand that down to the line, because doing it any other way, I run the risk of like slipping with a knife and putting a cut in it or whatever, and I don't really want to do that. So we might be able to get a little bit closer with the jigsaw, but I'm pretty sure that we're just gonna, well, I mean, yeah, we can get a little bit closer. We can get a little bit closer than that, I think. Rightio, this is what we've got. We're fairly close to the line. We can just sand that down. But before I do that, I want to get rid of this area here and just sand it flat. So I've got this sanding block. Would you call it a block? Sanding implement. Going to put some 60 grit, I think this is 60, yep, 60 grit sandpaper on here. And then go ham. I'll be doing the underside, so it doesn't matter if I scratch here at all. Not at all. You'll never be able to see it. It won't even bother me. That might do it. That might do it. Let's get rid of, let's have a look at this. How does it sit? The front isn't going to matter because it's unable to come in contact. That fits really well. Probably could have done that, but I don't think it hung down much at the front anyway. No, it doesn't. Look, it would make no difference at all if I left that. So just got to do the same to the other side. And yeah, good to go. Well, good. Bye. Right. Good to proceed. Alright, fair to say it doesn't fit a DA53 anymore. Okay, so we've got those flat. I'm not sure what we're going to do about this gap here, because that gap is going to be there, and there's not much I can do about it. But let's try and get this closer to the line, shall we? Right, now we want to keep these. So how are we going to sort of maybe just sort of naturally round it? Don't want that to a point really. To a square might be okay. Something like that. A bit more. Like that maybe. That looks alright. Yeah, it looks alright. Especially considering you can't see it. Like, there's no... The only way you can see this is if you fold the seat up. And the regular user is not going to do that, so... It's still going to look nice in the car. The only thing that's, as I said, the only thing that's not going to look nice is this this area here. That looks okay. Yep, how's that one look? Looks okay too. Good. I'm going to go put it in the car and see how it fits. I want a hole this big in the front so that I can put one of those clips in, like the normal OEM clip. Should look nice. Only one in the middle. You always see it from this sort of angle, which means you won't even be able to see that. That is as best as I could do to get it perfectly in the middle. It might be 2 to 3 mil off perfectly center, but it's close. Very, very close to center, so that will be fine. Let's drill it out. I'm going to drill this out to 6.5. Even though this hole's a 7, we're going to go 6.5 because I just think, one, that hole's a little bit loose, and two, if we get any unwanted heat through. Actually, I can do this by hand, can't I? Because it's just plastic. Let's do that. If we get any unwanted heat or the drill bit twists or something like that, we don't want the hole to be too big, otherwise our clip won't hold nice. So just doing this by hand with a 6.5 mil, and then we'll test our clip through it. After this hole is perfect, we'll put it in the car. I'll mark it on the center console. Pull the center console out of the car and then drill that one and these ones. Once this one's in, this is really the most important one, because the front can really go up or down, and that causes the back to go up or down. If this one's in, if this one's locked in, it doesn't matter where these go really. I'll just push them down as far as they go, and then drill these holes for that. But if these ones go in first, maybe we could have pushed it back a bit further, you know what I mean? So for me, that's the most important one. So we'll get that one done first. There's our 6.5 mil hole. Here's our clip, the OEM clip. As you can see, that fits in there perfectly. Look at that. Mint. So just need to get that lined up in the car, mark it, pull it out, and then drill it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, here's the center console out of the car. It's not even the cleanest thing in the world, but it's what we've got. So that's going to go on there like that. Like so. This is the gap that I was talking about. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I might line it up there. I could probably drill it as it sits. Could I be so bold? I think I could. I think I will. Once we get that through. 6.5. just by hand. Not going to have a problem with heat. Go from the back. Right, put this in. Now, I realized before when I put this one in, this clip's actually broken, but it will do the trick anyway. There we go, look at that. Perfect. That is exactly what I was looking for. Now I can pull this back like that, and evenly on both sides, and then put my holes in here. So this one's going to go here. Oh yeah, right, that's that one. Have to actually take this off each time. Bit annoying. There we go. Okay. Draw this out. .5. I much prefer modifying things to standard maintenance things. I don't, because I'm not a mechanic. I'm not trained to fix this sort of stuff, like fix mechanical errors. I'm not a mechanic. Like maintenance things, I don't really know. Modifying stuff is all about just basically, I do it by feel. What do you think? And it just sort of works a lot of the time. Some of the time. I'm gonna go get a couple more clips. I come bearing clips. Now they're a different color, but that doesn't matter. Probably the same color as this, instead of the same color as nothing, which this is. Same color as nothing. So let's get that one out of there. That one's actually broken, so goodbye. Ooh, this one might be bigger. It is slightly bigger. Cool. That'll fit even better then. There we go. So line that one up. Yep. Push that in. Oh, wow, that's tight. Oh, there we go. We're in. Well and truly in. Getting that out might suck. But it's in. Right. The other side. This side here. Get this one in. In like Errol Flynn. There we go. Perfect. That's a much better lock than the other one had too. Fits much better. Okay, this side. We're going to go with this in the middle to start with. Here. So pilot hole always helps. Pilot hole always helps. What's a pilot hole? Pilot hole is a smaller hole that you put in first before you use the size that you want. Right, that's through. Push that in. It doesn't want to, but it's going to. There we go. Yep. Perfect. Right, that's on there. Right, next, going to need a smaller drill bit. We'll just, while it's here, just drill it straight through. Don't even really need it. Could cut the wings off. I'm not going to, but definitely could do that. Well, that's done. I don't think I even need to drill them out. I will. 5.5 sounds nice. Yo. I only just missed my finger when I went through there. Bit dangerous. Highway to the danger zone. As you can see, it came very close to my finger again. Close, but did not touch, which is fine. Right, I need some screws for that. They'll have to be longer than the standard ones. We're out here in the dark. I found a couple of screws that are longer. I hope these are the right ones. We'll see in a second. Hopefully I can get this in. This is what we end up with. So to see the gap, you really sort of have to lean forward. If you're sitting in the driver's position, I can see that gap. The gap's here, but it's not terrible. Let's put the seat further forward where it's supposed to be. There we go. Like, my knee covers it anyway. Making excuses for it. Right, do we have a pet bottle we can throw in it? This goes in here. Goes in there like that. Two clips go in the back, one back there, one back there. We'll do that later. This is in really well. This fits. Alright, to test this out, we've got an Aquarius. Goes in alright. And we've got the big boy, the 600mm Oolong-cha. How does it fit? That is what you want. That's easy to get. It's easy to get. Doesn't hit the top. Drink holders, mate. That's perfect. I envisioned it. I did it. Let's put the passenger seat further forward where it should be as well. Right, drink holder. Can't see where it's attached back there. This is really good. This is just a little tray. I'm not sure. I think that might be part of this set, judging by the colors, but I don't remember. That's solid as all hell. That's not going anywhere. Really easy to get that out of there. That's perfect. I'm happy with that. Very happy with how that turned out. Covers up the ABS, or is that the airbag? That's the airbag computer down under there. Covers that up all nice. Yeah, that's pretty much job done. This needs some Velcro on it, I suppose. Maybe a bracket or something. Other than that, yeah, how's it look? Let's get in. That's great. That is good. That's very good. It really is very good. I've been using this setup for months and it's fantastic. It really is. It's how Suzuki should have done it. That's a wasted space down there. And in the carry truck, I've used the DA53 center console, but in the van, the chairs are actually a little bit closer together and they rub, which is why I have, in a previous video, modified the center console by squeezing it in and putting a back plate on it. I didn't want to do it to this one. I just wanted the cup holders with the OEM look. I think it's fantastic. I really do. And the reason I think it's so good is because the alternative is one of these. Something like this. It clips onto the AC vents. This is a special one. This is AC holder hot and cold gear. Look at that. Get your air to go through. This one's especially dusty. And she's got some padding in the bottom of it. But I don't like these. And the reason for that is that you can actually snap off the fins of your aircon. And in some cars, like the Altezza, that's part of the entire dash. So if you break a vent, you have to replace the dash. What the f were they thinking when they did that? Or you get something like this. This is a dash mounted one and it's got a flippy. This one's really cool. This has got fizz your favorite automotive goods drink stand written on it. Super cool, but I'm not a huge fan of these unless they're in the correct vehicle. Like my Alto has shelf on the dash where that would fit perfectly, but in the Every, no, not really good at all, in my opinion. I think what I've created is by far the best option. Now, the DA52V and the DA52W, I don't know if it came in the T or not, it might have. There is actually an OEM pull-out drink holder that goes underneath the stereo, but because I've got the iPad Dash and I didn't actually have one of those pull-out things at the time, I didn't fit one to this dash, and so I don't have one. So I'm using the DA63. The white van actually had that standard pull-out drink holder when I got it, and I can report that the DA63 mod actually works better than the OEM one. So there you go. Anyway, that is the end of this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you'd like to see what happens next, please press subscribe. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do that by getting your name on the Garage Kei door. Details are in the description, along with links to the merch store. Pick yourself up a hoodie or a t-shirt. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Later.